here's what the deal is with Baltimore. I understand the need, the desire for change after 18 years. As good as Harbaugh has been to them, for them, and as a stable, badass head coach. And I will get into a name that I think could be interesting here in a second. With John, I think he's, he's obviously the belle of the ball, the top candidate. It's time for the Giants to make their move and just go all in to make it happen. I was running around Vegas, click-clacking around, fake eyelashes, the whole nine yesterday. Hammy texts me, Harbaugh's out. I text him, to the Giants he goes. It was that simple. That's it. I don't know. I don't want to know. That's the only thing that can happen here. They have to make it happen. Since Tomlin retired, y'all, they haven't once gotten the top name in the coaching cycle. Not once. They have the weirdest head coaching resume. I don't love it. I'm sorry, I don't. And I know there are some who are saying, oh, he's a CEO coach, get a scheme. That's like so sexy in 2025. We don't want a scheme guy, whatever. The Giants don't want like a Marcus Freeman. They don't want like they want a Harbaugh. They want that. They want that CEO. And they've tried that path. This is the move. This is the move. They need stability, okay? Because they've been so rudderless. I mean, what can I think of his name? Hamilton, the special teams guy. Don't kill me. Joe Judge.
Joe Judge. Yeah.
Joe Judge. That's the name that's in my head, respectfully. Yeah. But what didn't work out? I mean, this team, your backyard, the team you grew up loving, what's their record since Coughlin?
It is 44, 104, and 1. Which is the second worst record in the NFL over that span. And that tie is the only thing that has them above the Jets for the worst record in the NFL, by the way.
Landing Harbaugh changes, that's crazy, the direction of this franchise. It gives them somebody who knows how to build I want a CEO. I want a healthy organizational structure, top down. I want the franchise back to where it should be. Mara, the Tishes, you got to do everything to make it happen. There's no other option. I will not be happy with anything else in New York. And then Ham. Gronk on the show, Darren Waller on the show. That's a sexy job opening.
Yeah.
Not enough's being talked about with that. Like if you're Cliff, you're like, is it a fax machine over there in Baltimore? What do y'all use over there? I want Lamar. I want how do I get in on any of that? It's a very, like you get Lamar. Hello,
yeah.
What's the story there? I think that's like the part that I'm more interested in that, because this better be a done deal between the Giants and Harbaugh. What's going on with that? Yeah. Any names arising?
Yeah, so it sounds like as of right now, Jesse Minter is the favorite for the job based on what we're hearing. Obviously, it's still. Yeah, it's obviously still so early in that process, but you're right. That has to be the most attractive job. And the Lamar of it aside, if you're a defensive guy, there are so many pieces there to work with too. You get Roquan, you get Kyle Hamilton, you get Matabike back healthy, hopefully. Like the building blocks are all, to your point the other day, there's a lot of talent on that roster outside of just Lamar. And yes, there's like the cap part of it that's going to need to be figured out a little bit with them, but there is still so much to like with that roster top to bottom.
Who do I want as the Ravens coach? Ravens fans, you are impossible to please. You're in a bad spot this morning because I don't know that there's a name you're going to find sexy. Does that name have to clear? You're not clearing whoever takes Stefanski's job and Zach Taylor's job. That's not that hard to clear. I'm going to say it. I'm feeling spicy this morning. It's true. It's not about that or what Tomlin, whether he stays, goes, whatever. We'll see how it goes after this weekend. It's more about you have to clear John Harbaugh's. Like they haven't had a coach since Billick. And the Ravens haven't been I'm totally going rogue. I'm sorry. The Ravens haven't dated in a long time. We all know like that person who like got divorced. They're like, now they're like in their 50s and they're like, oh snap. Like I was not like, what do you mean? Like you want to know, I have to be 6'1" now. I have to be like, whatever, like, TikTok is saying, like, like I have to like, I can't have these icks. I can't drink matcha or Kay won't like me. Like, all these things. Like I don't know how different it is, but like everyone wants the whiz kid McVay scheme guy. It's certainly panned out in some places not. But like the Ravens haven't been out there dating in a while, and I don't know, like, are they going to find something better? That was sort of the shock of this. Running its course is fine, but do people usually get divorces? You know, do people usually? You don't really get a divorce after one big fight, and it sounded like there was a big fight yesterday, and like that now they can't make up.
Yeah, and it's interesting like when you look at how these seasons have ended for Harbaugh lately. It's a missed field goal, it's a fumble at the goal line, two fumbles at the goal line.
Mm.
If you go back to that Cincy game, like there are these moments where if one thing went differently, like maybe this was a Super Bowl team. Like there's that element of it too, where so much of it came down to these bad breaks at the end of these playoff games or elimination games.
I think,
And
I think,
I think he,
and so I think
sorry,
everything you're saying, he's not losing his job.
yeah,
There's more to
yeah,
it.
totally.
I haven't, you know, we've all heard the, like the locker roomy, like did he lose that, whatever, like you're not
Yeah.
having a big, it had run its course in a way that it was irreparable. And I think like the fight, it
Yeah.
wasn't just some crazy fight. It was like all boiled up at once, but it's like, but now, you know,
Yeah.
usually you don't get a divorce. How long was he there?
18 seasons.
And yeah, unless like you kind of have a path and jump to something, like you leapfrog to somebody else's little lily pad. So I'm so
Yeah.
curious to see who that lily pad is. Do you like
Yeah.
Minter? Minter's not going to do it. Is Minter
I,
going to do it for you Ravens fans? Tweet the show, please.
and that's the question. Yeah. Cause I do like Minter and that's the thing. You're right. It's not going to be this hire isn't going to be measured up against whoever else gets hired on some of these other teams.
Mm.
It's going to be measured up against Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, and Mike Vrabel. You're coming off this coaching cycle where you had three of the most successful first year coaches in NFL history. And not that that's realistic, but that's going to be the expectation, I think, is to find somebody of that caliber uh, with this team that is very much in the midst of its Super Bowl window right now with an MVP quarterback.
I like Dart with Harbaugh. Okay, there's a name that I don't think that Ravens fans we can't underreact to, and we don't want to dismiss. Steve Spagnuolo. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Steve Spagnuolo's resume. I know this isn't the first name that comes to mind, but you cannot tell me that this is not the best defensive coordinator, like, of all time. Who's better as a defensive coordinator? He's loved, beloved, him, his wife, his whole like vibe. I met them back in St. Louis at the Edward Jones Dome, the Elephant Graveyard of NFL stadiums, like in 2011. Everybody loved him. Wasn't successful maybe as a head coach. Maybe I shouldn't be bringing that up. But he's revered, respected. If you want somebody to get this talented defense going that you have in Baltimore, and by Ravens fans tweeting me right now, you guys want a defensive mintery guy? No, Spags is the guy you guys should be going for. Kansas City has had a top 10 defense 6 of his 7 seasons with the Chiefs. He was wild. If you look at it yesterday, too, he had the level of consistency that he's done it at with one starter who's been there his entire tenure. It's crazy. Chris Jones is the only guy who's been there the whole time. The other 10 dudes changing, flipping around. Like, this group still somehow 6th best scoring defense this year. With all of the drama and the lackluster stuff that's happened. From an offensive perspective, I'm going to put it this way. Who is the only person on earth who has consistently stifled, maybe slowed down, Lamar Jackson? It's him. Look at these numbers. You can only get Spags away from KC and not have to deal with him. And you can also use his knowledge to help Lamar and this offense grow. This is solving a bunch of problems is what I'm trying to say. And you have to think every top young offensive candidate is banging down the door for a chance to join that staff, right? Oh, like I said, work with Lamar. That is sexy. Let's go do that. So I don't mind. I like what you guys are telling me on the chat right now. I like the defensive vibe. Spags would be a great coach. Great. Get that man in the building.